a year, but it started with the Solano County gun buyback. And that was in partnership with the Vallejo Police Department, with the Eric Reyes Foundation, the Office of Congressman Mike Thompson, who supported us both locally and nationally, the Napa Solano Central Labor Council, the Napa Solano Building Trades, the Sheriff's Office, the DA's office, and local law enforcement. And our local dispensary industry too was a big supporter. So this is very much a community effort, and it started with the collection of these firearms. What you're going to see inside is not just the guns that were collected in Vallejo. We formed a very unique partnership with a munitions destruction company, and we're able now to get firearms that are confiscated from law enforcement all over the state. And a majority of the firearms used in these pieces are directly connected to crimes. And the fact that they've been destroyed so that they can never harm someone again, and now there's something beautiful that can educate and inspire, is amazing to me. And that was a community effort, so I thank all of you for that. We have a lot to be proud of in terms of our art community here. I think we should support and embrace them as much as possible. So thank you to Aaron Baki, who's here. Carmen Slack. Kathy O'Hare. Shannon O'Hare. Dominique Gutierrez. Caroline Miller. Chief of London. Mike Jory. Yay, Mike! And Cicero Estrella, my husband. And Jean Cherie. I was going to mention her. Okay, so this is our inaugural Art of Peace exhibit. This will forever be our original 8, and I'm so thrilled with our choice. I really am. The first one is Jean Cherie. She plays multiple hats in this exhibit. Jean Cherie is our Vallejo gal. Kayvon Chauvier. Sungwei Mu. Katie Petro. This artist came the farthest. He just flew in from Florida this morning and came straight here to continue working on his piece. This is Matthew Mosher. John Tan. Karen Lewis. And Joel Stockdale. This is our first graduating class. So we had 3 curators that were working around the clock, and sometimes, you know, when you're stuck in a enclosed space for a long time, we have to remind ourselves this is the art of peace, not the art of war. It's Jean Cherie again, Aaron Baki, and Carmen Slack. So let me just explain what's going to happen tonight. There's a lot of different moving parts. So we're going to unveil the pieces after the ceremony. Jean Cherie is going to do an invocation. Carmen and the artists, before we all come in, are going to do a cleansing of the artwork, because remember, there's a lot of energy with these pieces. They were used to harm a lot of people, so we want to make sure that we cleanse them in some way. And then after the cleansing, we'll all follow them inside. There is going to be a dinner down the block with League of Chefs, but the exhibit's going to stay open the whole time for those of you who aren't going to have dinner. We have survivors, many survivors, family members of gun victims who are here tonight. And we will have a healing ceremony starting at 8 o'clock. And we're going to give each of them fragments of these broken guns to put into a furnace, watch them melt, and transform them into something totally different. Again, never to harm someone again. So I feel this is going to be very healing and magical. This is something I actually brought back from my time with Dr. Bernice King in Atlanta. We did this in Atlanta, so I decided to bring it home to Vallejo.
I'm humbled to be here tonight, especially amongst the real dignitaries, the artist, and especially Patty, to be able to recognize you, commemorate Robby, and to also give honor to the Poblete Foundation, Robby Poblete Foundation, and all that you've done. So real short, just to recognize the character the integrity, and the beauty that comes from it in Patty, and how that she took something so tragic and horrible and turned it around for the good of the community. And I will tell you, Robby is alive today as much as ever before as you step in and you begin to see all the artwork that is done and the voice that comes from that artwork. So tonight, I would like to announce that the Robby Poblete Foundation has been chosen as the Assembly District 14 Nonprofit of the Year for the state of California.
First of all, thank you for allowing me to be here. And quite frankly, I'm not really sure why I'm talking, because I feel like, our role was very minor in this. I first met Patty when we had actually the first meeting for the gun buyback, and I think I surprised her a little bit, because there's a whole bunch of people around the table, and Patty told her story, and within like 2 minutes, when it came to me, we just said, whatever you need, we'll give you. And I don't think you usually expect that from government. And so Sergeant Garrick was with me, that's back there, and it's kind of interesting. We were talking later that day. You probably don't know this, Patty, because this is such a phenomenal thing. And what we came up with collectively, there was more than just Sergeant Garrick and I talking about it. And I think why we were so impressed by what was happening is because we all came to the realization if we were in Patty's shoes, we wouldn't be doing the same thing. I think her reaction to this is so unique and unhuman in a way, to be quite honest. We were all just flabbergasted. So thank you for letting us be part of it.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you all for being here. The Temple Art Loft is such a wonderful place to unveil what we're about to see. This is a phenomenal experience for all of us. Thank you, Patty, for asking me to say a few words. Sadly, this event reminds us of the tragedy of gun violence and how it's destroyed families. We frequently hear of senseless shootings around our country, in schools, in the workplace, on the street. And we hear of people that have been injured or killed because of gun violence. And sadly, it affects all of us. This afternoon, however, we're going to look at something a little different, a different use of firearms. A use that I have never seen in all my years as a police officer, and that is taking something that is violent, something that produces tragedy, has turned into something beautiful as artwork, something that will commemorate those that have passed, something that will cause us to remember and listen to what is being said through these beautiful pieces of artwork. There's a huge message behind these doors, and I hope everybody takes a moment to look, to listen, to hear within your mind what is being said through this message. Patty, I thank you for your courage. I thank you for what you're doing. You're doing it for not just Robby, but you're doing it for the entire community, for all those victims, all those people that have experienced loss in their family. Again, on behalf of the City of Vallejo, we are here with you. We are committed to quality of life for all our residents. And that being said, I would like to ask for a moment of silence before we hear our choir sing. Would you please join me in a moment of silence?
And behind us is the Vallejo High School Choir. It's the high school that both my kids graduated from. And they're going to be singing in honor of all the students who have lost their lives to gun violence. I chose this song for a very specific reason, and I think when you hear the lyrics, you'll understand.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round. And you can find the fighter, but I see in you, so we gon' walk it out. Mountains, we gon' walk it out and mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Ooh, mountains, bring it to its feet, and ooh, mountains, and I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. We will rise, we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up in spite of the air. I'll rise 1,000 times again, and I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again.
That is a beautiful reminder of why it is that we are doing what we are doing, why Patty has had this vision to bring this forward into the community. It's for our children, for our families, for our world. It's just so beautiful. This has been an extremely moving experience to be a part of this. On behalf of the curating committee and as one of the guest artists here, I want to thank all of our participating artists for sharing their work, for their messages regarding gun violence in this powerful exhibit. We'd like to also thank the many volunteers who helped to bring it to fruition. Their helping hands in the gallery and spreading the word and cleaning and mopping and hanging artwork. We have a wonderful, wonderful community here. We also want to thank the management and the residents of the Temple Art Lofts. And we especially thank Patty, her family, and the foundation for their vision to bring forth this tremendous message via art, this message of transformation. This is the art of peace. We have all been moved deeply by Robby's story and his family's journey of sorrow and of hope. This has become our own. We are united in our humanity and in our brotherhood and our sisterhood. To be human is to be conscious. To be conscious is to experience love and fear, grief and hope. And to be an artist is to be called to explore this experience, to celebrate, to question, to illuminate through image, language, music, and movement. These artists address transformation from their own experience of compassion, loss, frustration, creating opportunities for dialogue around a difficult issue. As artists, we hope to shed light, shift perspective, and the hope for a better world. In this endeavor, we are all co-creators, because to be human is also to be creative. And in this way, we can all, you can all, be artists, visionaries, change makers. Within us, we carry the potential and the power to transform our lives and the lives of others, our families, our communities. Peace is the goal. Peace is also the path. Thank you for sharing in this experience with us. And as we have been transformed by it, we hope you will be also. Thank you.
We've manipulated broken instruments of destruction, pounded, annealed, bent, and bonded these relinquished weapons. Gun fragments forged into one love, fanned by the powerful wings of our fallen children, from the tears of angel mothers sizzling onto smoldering embers. Matter uplifted by our blood, sweat, and tears. Our creative imagination sparking gun barrels into silvery feathers. Our collaboration bringing love and light and peace to earth. Despair be damned. So mote it be. Amen. And now we invite the artists to join Carmen in the gallery for the sacred ceremony of smudging to bless and clear the energy of our work and the space it will be residing in for the next months.
In Vallejo, and we're working with Art of Peace, and I am the president of Solano County Arts Council, and I work with Patty, who is the president of the Robby Poblete Foundation. We are so happy to see all these people here and in our first inaugural gallery opening. We have the most beautiful art to see, and we hope that you'll come to see us too. But the thing is that if you would go onto the site at Robby Poblete Foundation, you'll see all the information you need to know. And we're really happy to have you here.
The reason inspired me to participate in this project because my boyfriend was murdered. He was a victim of gun violence last year. That's the reason why I participate in this project. So I want to create a home for him. This piece is a home, like the father holding a baby. He wish provide the best environment for the baby to grow up. And the baby grow up needs the father. But a lot of time in our society, it seems it's not happen like this way. So I want to give them a safety environment and like a memorial the spirit being lost of the gun violence.
And then walk through the front. Watch out for this area. Hold on 1 second. Walk right through the front that way.
Come on over here.
transformation. So we're taking something tragic again. Many of these firearms were connected to crimes, and now they've been turned into peace doves that you can hold by your heart and know that you've been a big part of this. So thank you to Obtainium Works for making these doves. I hope, you know, in the times where you're feeling especially down, that you could hold on to these doves and see it as a symbol of your own transformation. You know, there's hope. I know it's hard. There are hard days. But we can get through it together. And here's your reminder.